I'm ready. I'm ready. My name is Ace, Ace the artist. I am Jersey born, grew up in Houston, but you see where we're back at. And I am a Virgo. We are in South Jersey. I forget which park, but we're in South Jersey. It is a beautiful day outside. This means quite a bit to me already. I've moved back here, I think it's been like 2 years now. Arv is one of the main factors why I was like, I need to come back home. And you know where she stays, South Jersey. So, there's a connection down here. My people live here. It's beautiful. It's just inspiration. It feels like being in Texas, but I'm in Jersey. And you can't beat that. My first memory that I can remember, I think I was in kindergarten or first grade. And I made this comic, or it was more like this spread. The guy's name was The Amazing Toast. It was a superhero. He used to go around and save the world in the city and stuff. Yeah, that's the first memory that I can remember. I would say, as of more recently, like the last 6 years, really is just life, and like the life that we're meant to live. So the life that we're living right now in the present and what's capable that's in the future. Because if it's beautiful right now, I know later on, oh my gosh, it's gonna be so beautiful. And then in the past, well, it's still kind of present now. I would say like cartoons and like animations and stuff. My mom, she's an artist too, and she was really big on like putting all of us on to animations and respecting that. So that was a good, pretty much driving factor up until like 6 years ago. Yeah, I think it shaped it I think it made my work and myself like very smooth, because Texas is very slow paced. So, and then it's like, I wouldn't say like extremely slow paced, but it's a lot slower than what I really like. So I guess it would be kind of like the smoothest, and like it adds like a certain kind of like a swag to it, because Houston has like that swing, that drawl, and I kind of see that in a lot of myself, especially like the longer I've been away from there. I kind of see that. My favorite medium, even though I use digital all the time, I would say physical, like hand drawing, like illustrations and doodles and stuff. That one I would say is probably my favorite. And then second, I would probably say oil pastel. Oil pastel, the last couple of years tapping into that whoever was the one that decided to use oil pastel, I'm not gonna lie, they snapped. They snapped. I would say it's still kind of the same, because Big Mac asked me this question a couple years ago too. I would say it's kind of more, it's very surreal. Like it feels like a dream, but you can also tell it's like real life. I would say it's kind of like that. It's very realistic surrealism. That's what I would say, with like a mix of like whimsy and like cartoony playfulness, because it can't be too serious. Yeah. All right, so how I kind of got to this style, I would say, whenever I first started drawing on my iPad, Kodon was the first artist that I actually kind of like connected with, and I liked how he was able to simplify things in like a doodle and make people appreciate doodles. So that was kind of like how I would say was kind of like how I got started drawing on the iPad. And then the more I kind of like explored and seen different people, I know whenever Arvie was doing she was chopping up photos that she was doing, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I like that. I might have to, put that in the bag a little bit. And I was like, let me switch it up, try to mix it where it's like, kind of back to like Houston, where it's like chopped and screwed, but you could still see what it is, but you can also see what it can be by adding like a whole bunch of different pictures and just like adding layers, really. Like that's like the most fun to it, how much you can add to keep something the same but see it's still completely different. Just like there's no rules on like what you can do, so it's just really like having fun with not having any rules. I'd say it's kind of the two. When I was younger, it was a lot more ideas used to kind of just come like this, but like I just started getting older and having to do like adult stuff. It's like more kind of like whenever I like sit down, or like times when I'm not really in motion or like actively doing something, then ideas would kind of start flowing. But usually whenever I want to create, I try to keep, like each day I try to at least make something. So it's like that is kind of like, I would say, a process in it too. I some days I would sit down and be like, all right, I have this vision in my head, I'm gonna execute it. And then some days I'm like, I know I need to go create something, so I'm just gonna go have something blank in front of me. And then whatever I make, I make. If I like it, then we'll just like keep going. And then if I'm like, all right, like nothing's really rolling, then I'm like, all right, we'll just call it a day. At least I tried to make something. Yeah. As of recently, this year, I for this year, my theme, or the ones that have been very inspiring this year, the Pompeii Utility album, that one, and then of course Michael Jackson. Ever since I went and saw the movie, the Michael Jackson fire got reignited. So the past albums, a couple songs off of that, Whatever Happens, that one has been, yeah, Whatever Happens, The Girl Is Mine, Lady in My Life, just Michael Jackson in general. Yeah, those have been the media that's been very inspiring this year. And then kind of like cartoons, Looney Tunes, The Boondocks. Yes, The Boondocks. I just got the season 1 on my PSP. I got the UMDs. That, I'm not gonna lie, that is gonna that's gonna ignite a very big flame. Yeah. I would say This Too Shall Pass by Earl from that album. That song, look, he was spinning, like, it's so real. Like, This Too Shall Pass. Like, whenever it's cloudy, like, the sun is gonna come out. Like, bro, look at today. Like, look at today. Like, and this year has been very much evidence of that song, I would say. Like, everything that happened before, even though it was still lit, like, it still came with like his troubles, and you were like, oh my gosh, like, this again. But then you're like, you know what, like, this too shall pass. And yeah, I would say that one is low-key one of my favorite. There was one I did, I feel like it low-key kind of started this run. Thank you. This run, I did it last year. It was like a photo collage one. But this one right here is low-key one of my favorite ones of all time. This one I felt like unlocked a new chapter. That one is low-key my favorite. And then there was another one I did. It was like this oil pastel one at the end of the last year. I had put a Sabrina song over it. And after I had did it, I was like, that one was one of my favorites too, because it felt like a true piece, because the piece and the physical was beautiful. Then I could hear the song playing before I even thought about posting it, and then posted it, and it matched with this. Yeah, those two are lucky my favorites. I mean, the other hobbies I have, they are still considered art, but in the essence of like using my hands to make art, I would say I'll consider that as art for right now. But outside of that, I would say I like fashion. I like getting fly. I think that's fun. I like DJing now. DJing is pretty lit. Second time, shout out Junior. The second time, DJing is fun. I like being outside. I like doing fun things. I like running, even though I don't really go on runs like that. But if somebody wants to race or anything, like, I'm down. I like running. I like the thrill. And watching cartoons, that, I would say that those are kind of like my favorite things to do in my time. I'm a part of a collective, Wholesome Air Collective, and we started, it's been 2 years now. So literally, whenever I moved back out to Jersey, I'll never forget this sequence. I moved back March 2nd, and then March 15th, we had our first show. Yeah, so spent like a week just making stuff, but we had a magazine release yesterday, June 5th, 2026, at this store called Archive on 149 Essex Street in New York. You guys got to pull up. It's an amazing place. Thank you to Archive once again. But yeah, we made an all medium art magazine. So it's 10 of us in the collective, and then we did this thing called the Black Book. So for all of our magazines, it's going to be like the main part of it, basically. So we just have like this one big book, and each of us in the collective get the book for a week, and then we just cook up. So that was like the main kind of like part of it. So we have like our roster page. Yeah, some of the work. This is Dex's. Yeah, we put some games in there. We had a call to action so we can put like anybody. So we have like interactive pages like the games. We have coloring pages. So like once you do these, you could like scan this and then it'll put it on our website as like on like a gallery page. And then this page is basically that gallery page just in the mag. So it's like the next one will have people like featured on there if like you're promoting anything, you have a show coming up. I think we have like a little description, like a box you could submit that stuff and like it will get you right. Cause it's like we're here, we're all on the same mission, we're all artists, everybody's trying to eat. Like there's no better time than now. But like this is it felt like a dream come true. Like 2 years in, we did 3 shows. So far we've done 7 shows. The mag release I can count that as 8. It's been so much fun. And having now like a physical proof of like what we are. And like yeah, it's lit. And it was a fun time yesterday. Obvious one, I've been saying her all day, my mom. But in college I had a professor, his name was Jimmy. I knew, because I never really did art in high school or like growing up, but I did it like my last 2 years of high school. Went to college for graphic design, but it didn't really feel like what I wanted to do. And like a lot of the professors, like I would kind of tell them and they were like, oh no, you're gonna get to do what you want to do, just like thug it out. I was like, yeah, all right. So then Jimmy, my last year in school, like last semester and everything, I forget what type of class it was, but it was like an actual art class. Like it felt like an actual art class. Like he let us do whatever. Like he would give us like a prompt and you could literally do whatever you want as long as it was like under the prompt. So he was the one I would say kind of like unlocked kind of like a start to where I am now. Like to realize like there really is no rules. Like I could literally do whatever I want. And like he was gassing me up. Like I knew like art was fun and I was like, this is for me, but I didn't realize it was like something where I was like, no, like I could actually really do something with like this. Cause that was around the time I actually started taking it serious. So he was like, oh, like I love the way you think. Do you have like, let me see some of your work that you do outside of class. And I would show him and he was like, he would put it on the projector. He would be like calling me up in front of the class and like telling people is like, this is how I want you guys to think. I want you guys to be doing stuff like this. And I'm sitting here because everybody else has like been doing art their entire life, like actually classes. And I'm somebody who literally just started. And he was talking about me like that. I was like, wow. I think I'm in the right spot. I was like, thank you, Jimmy. I think that's his name. I feel so bad, but I think that was his name. He was so cool. He was so cool. He was a teacher for sure. He made a heavy impact. That popped up in my head, Jamaica up in the mountains. I feel like that was the first place that popped into my head. I think solely because of the fact that it's the roots, and I just love nature. And then Jamaica, I hear the mountains out there. Well, not even here. I've experienced it quite a bit, especially like the countryside. Just oh my gosh, I think that'd be lit. You get like build like a makeshift glass building or whatever up in the mountains. Everybody, you can come inside, you can see the art. You look outside, you see God's art. Everybody's vibing out. It's Jamaica. Like what? What? Mike. First one that came to mind, Mike. Oh my gosh, I would love to do an album cover for Mike. Or anybody in 10K, really. That would, yeah. Mike and Anicia Kim. Those two, yeah. I feel like he would probably be like, whoa. Because this is not what I would have expected. Younger me would have thought current me now would have been playing football or running track or something. So to see me do like a complete 180 and go the opposite way and then do art, he'd probably be like, whoa. Because I've always liked art too, but then seeing myself in the future making it, he'd probably be like, whoa. Yesterday, mag release yesterday, that was a good inspiration. Really? Well, I didn't lie, but this could be the last thing, even though it's going on right now. This is very inspiring. This is so nice. The The last 24 hours in counting. Yeah.
Summer's off to a great start.
Man, what? And the Knicks are about to win the championship. Oh my gosh. First one that came to mind, teleportation, because I can go anywhere, whenever, see whatever, and I'm very inspired by seeing, like, I mean, you gotta see with your eyes, but like being there and experiencing it, that takes it to another level. And then I would say the second one that I thought of that came up right after that is like the ability to, whatever comes into my mind, to be able to, like, I could think it and then just go like this and then it'll pop up. I think that would be lit, because in Hunter x Hunter, Kurapika, and there's a couple people that in there, they could do that. Like, they'll think of something and they just conjure something up, and I think that is pretty lit. I think that is very cool. But yeah, teleportation, and then like the ability to just conjure whatever. Even though we're kind of doing that now, but you know. My favorite thing about it is, it's like it's its own world for real. Like, cause we see the world different than everybody else. We're able to bring things that are in our minds into the physical, and just being able to share that with other people and seeing the joy it brings other people and the joy that we get from it. That's like kind of my favorite part. And inspiring people, even though that's kind of like in line with that. Inspiring people, especially like the youth. Seeing like young kids, like you do something and they're like, oh my gosh. And then they go and do it. And then I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah. You guys can find me on Instagram at Acetheartist. You can also find me with the Wholesome Era Art Collective. You'll see me around the South Jersey team as well, because, you know, Jersey. Thank you, Trin. Thank you, Arvie. Thank you, God. This is beautiful. This has been fun. We're in South Jersey. We're at the Groove Garden. Just shout out to everybody. You guys be blessed and be a blessing. Have a good one. And we're African American artists. You're African American artist in Chinese. I'm African American artist in English, but we're still African American artists at the end of the day.
And I have nothing more to say.
Exactly.
This is an amazing interview with the Groove Garden. We're here live in South Jersey.
Yeah.